start with a warm up. I sound really healthy this morning. I am, believe me. Right, we're going to do some side-to-side steps, some curtsy lunges, some step backs and some arm circles, and we're just going to do 8 reps of everything. So, hang on a sec. I've got it sorted, it's alright.
You turned it on?
Yeah, it's fine.
You turned it on?
It's all fine.
You turned it on?
Go away, tech
You turned it
support.
on.
Go away, tech support. Right, so side to side first of all. Just a little hop from side to side. We're doing this for 5 minutes. I just want you to count 8 of all of these. So it's 8 steps from side to side, and then 8 curtsy lunges. And then 8 step backs. And then 8 arm circles. Do 4 arm circles forward and 4 arm circles back. And then back to the jump from side to side. So as we go through each of these jumps from side to side, try and increase your range of movement as you go. So just try and jump a bit further. Okay, I'm going to get my stopwatch going. And then 8 curtsy lunges. Just keep moving through them. And then step backs. It's a chilly morning, so I want to get your heart rate up at the start of this. And then back to arm circles. And keep going. So side to side again. We're doing this for 5 minutes. Curtsy lunges. Hopefully you should start to feel your heart rate coming up a little bit now. And then step backs. And back to arm circles. Good. Side to side, we'll do 2 more sets of these. Into curtsy lunge. Step back. And then arm circles. And arm circles back. And then last one. Curtsy lunge. Good. Step backs. And then last arm circles. Good. And arm circles back. Fab. Right, hopefully you're a little bit warmer now. Onto all fours. Hands under shoulders, fingertips on your temples. You're going to do a thoracic rotation, so you're going to tuck underneath and then reach up as much as you can. When you tuck under, you can bend that arm. And I want you to do 4 on one side, and then swap sides and do 4 on the other. And just keep moving from side to side. So 4 on one side, 4 on the other. So this one is quite a quick movement. Keep going. Good. Fab. Then I want you to go into a bigger thoracic rotation. So 1 foot forward, I've got my left foot forward, right hand down. I'm going to reach and feed through. So again, 4, and then change sides. So when you do 4, change sides, and 4 again. And just keep moving through. That's it. Well done. Good. If it's making you feel dizzy to look at your hand, just keep looking straight down at the floor. And then just do 4 more on each side now. So last 4. Fab. Right, next one. You're going to go into a squat and get as low down as you can. If you need to stand with your feet wider apart for this, you can do. For this one, if it means coming up onto your toes, I don't mind for once. So into a squat, hands down on the floor in front of you. So use your own mobility, range of movement. So if you can get your hands in between your feet, great. If they're a long way in front of you, that's fine. If you're on your toes, that's fine. And you're going to do a rotation from that squat. So you'll find doing this one, you have the smallest amount of rotation. We're going to do 8 of these and then stand up. So it's 4 on each side and then stand up. Hopefully you can really feel that in your hips. Stand with your feet wide apart, arms stretched wide, 8 cross body touches. Good. I'm doing lots of thoracic mobility today because a few people are complaining about back problems. So keeping your upper back and your chest mobilised will help with your lower back. And then you've done 8, back into the squat. Doing 2 sets of these. So again, 8 of these. If you can, look at your hand. Look as you rotate. And then when you've done 8, stand up again. Good, and then cross body toe touches again. Keeping your legs as straight as you can. Good. I'm quite out of breath doing all those. Right, hip rotations. Hands on your hips. Knee up and round. So we're going alternate sides. It's really hard. Watching myself doing these on camera and trying to do them in balance is really hard, so I'm going to look at the floor. So we're doing 30 seconds in each direction. So it's knee up and around to begin with. Well done. Just trying to ignore the crunching. Keep your core braced. And then go the other way. So knee nice and high and round. So well done. So different on each leg. Well done. One more on each side. Good. And then leg swings. So find somewhere to do forward and back and side to side. Again, we're going to do about 30 seconds on each. Let's get a different stopwatch going. Perfect. Well done. Keep your core engaged as you're moving your hip. And change sides. Good. Try not to let your torso move, so try and keep your torso as still as possible. As much of this movement needs to be through your hip. You don't want to lose the mobility by using your upper body. 5 seconds. Good, and then side to side. Try and get as much of a swing out to the side as you can. Five seconds. Lovely, well done. Change sides. Good. Okay, last few. Good, and then done. All right, activation set. 4 exercises. We're going to go through them once, and then the second time there are some progressions to do. Yes, you don't need the band, it's fine. Okay, lie on your back, arms behind your head. So you've got your head resting on your hands, and keep your elbows wide and pushed apart. So if your chest and upper back are a bit tight, you might feel a little bit of a stretch within your armpits, which is what I want. And then you're just going to do a normal bridge. So heels quite close to your bum, push your bum up and just let it touch the floor really lightly without actually resting on the floor. All the time keeping your elbows onto the ground. If you need to push them down a bit, that's fine. Because you've got your head resting on your hands, you might feel that you're a little bit more unstable than normal, and that's fine too. 10 seconds. Think about engaging your core at the top of this bridge. Squeezing your glutes all the time. 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to hold your hips up and you're going to extend each leg down to the floor, push up, hold and extend. So if you're not sure, just watch me do a few. So up and down and then extend each leg. If you're finding this really difficult, if it's irritating your lower back, or you can't keep your hips level, if they're really moving from side to side, just stick with a normal bridge. 10 seconds. 2, 1, and done. And then roll onto your side. Clamshell. So I want you to do this with your head resting on your arm. So you're not holding your head up. Hand either on the floor in front of you, or if you think you're rocking back and forward, put your hand on the small of your back. Curl your knees up and then lift top leg. 30 seconds on each side. So when I do this, I'm keeping my heels together, but my toes are coming apart, but you don't need to do it that way. You can keep your feet together. Just be aware of how much your hips are rocking forward and back. Keep going. Last few seconds. Just starting to burn. And then roll over. Other side. The head resting on your arm either in front of you or in the small of your back. Off you go. Hopefully you can see what my legs are doing more easily now. I've got my nice new mat. Well done. Oh yeah. One more. I'm done. Okay, on to all fours. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees under hips. So you're going to keep your legs in position, they're not moving. You're going to bring your hand up, your palm pointing towards the floor, and then extend, and then back down. So you lift, extend, and then back down again. So this one should feel fairly easy, hopefully. Keep your core braced, so you're pulling your tummy up towards your spine. That's it. So as you extend, you've got your hand flat to the floor. 10 seconds. 2, 1, just push up into pike. Bum in the air. Give your legs a bit of a stretch. And then back down onto all fours. Donkey kick now. So you're going to keep your leg bent. Bring your knee in towards your chest a little bit. And then kick up. So my leg stays bent, my foot stays flexed. That's it. Watch the leg that you're leaning on. Don't lean over to the side, try and keep that leg upright. Change sides. So you should feel this in your bum, hopefully. Well done. Again, watch the leg that you're leaning on, that you're supporting yourself on rather. I'm desperately trying not to lean over, it's quite hard. 5 seconds. Done, good. Roll back onto your back. Bridge again. This one stays the same. So it's 30 seconds with a normal bridge, head under your hands, and then 30 seconds of leg extensions. So hands under your head, arms apart, off you go. Again, don't let your bum rest on the floor, just let it touch the floor lightly and then push up again quickly. Good. And then go for the leg extension. So extend each leg, bum down, push up and extend. Stick with the normal bridge if this is uncomfortable for any reason. Lovely, well done. 5 seconds. And then bum down to the floor, roll onto your side, clamshell again. So your head's in the same position. This time though, I want you to bring your foot over onto the inside of your calf. So when you raise and lower, you're keeping your foot in contact with your calf. This should feel a little bit more challenging. Well done. That one kicks in straight away. 5 seconds. And change sides. So head down, bring your leg up, that's it, and go. Well done. So again, if you find that you're rocking back and forward, you can just put your arm in the small of your back 5 seconds. Good, and done. Okay, over you go. So this time, rather than doing the arm raise on all fours, you're going to do this in a half straight arm plank. Sorry, I'll sort my hair out. So a half straight arm plank like that. So your knees are further back, your hands are still underneath your shoulders, and just make sure that you're not letting your back dip. So pull your bum under, core engaged, and it's the same movement. So you bring your palm up, extend, and down. This is quite a lot more challenging, so if you feel that this is a bit uncomfortable, if you're feeling it in your lower back, go back onto all fours. You should feel this in your tummy a lot more than the first exercise. Keep your tummy pulled up towards your spine. 5 seconds. Good, and then back to all fours. So donkey kicks again. This time, you're going to bring your leg up and just pulse up and down. So rather than swinging that leg, you're just going to pulse up and down. Off you go. So this will feel a bit harder in your bum, but it'll also be much harder to keep yourself from leaning over. So that's what you're fighting. Trying to keep your supporting leg as upright as possible. That's it, lovely. 5 seconds. And change sides. Again, if this is hurting your lower back, so it will make your back arch a little bit, then you can go back to the first one. That's it, keep your foot up towards the ceiling. Good. 3, 2, 1, and then roll onto your back, last set. So again, the bridge doesn't change, 30 seconds, normal bridge, 30 seconds leg extension. So get your head on your hands, elbows apart. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Really work on keeping your core braced, so pull your tummy towards your spine. Lovely, well done. 10 seconds. 2, 1, and then leg extensions. Good. Keep going. Hopefully, as you've done these sets, your hips should feel a bit more stable. So you should feel like there's a little bit less wobble from side to side. 5 seconds. Good, and down. Over onto your side. Clamshell again, that's not changing. So curl your legs up. One leg up like that, and then raise and lower. And again, put your hand where you need to for stability. Good. Well done. Oh, this last set's quite hard. Hopefully you should feel a really good burn in the side of your bum now. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Other side. So curl up, bring that leg up. Well done. Well done. This side's so much harder. So I can feel my top hip rolling back, so I'm just putting my hand in the small of my back to try and stop it. 3, 2, 1, good. Over onto all fours. So you're going to do that half plank, raise and extend again. Bum tucked under, core engaged, get your hands under your shoulders, off you go. Try and slow it down a little bit as well. So as you lift your hands to extend, you will lean to the other side, that's fine. Just try and control that rotation as much as you can. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Just push up into pike again. And then down to your knees. Last set of donkey kicks again. So same as last time. Bring that leg up, foot flat to the ceiling. And then pulse. So imagine you've got a glass of Prosecco balanced on the sole of your foot. Thought Prosecco would get a better result out of you than coffee. Well done. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Hopefully you can feel it right in the middle of your bum cheek, this one. Off you go. So if, like me, you've done the dominant leg first, and this one's a bit harder, just make sure you're not leaning. Try and keep stable. 10 seconds. Well done. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Right, activation's done. Next one. So, have a drink if you need it while I explain what we're doing. We're doing 4 exercises, and each are progressive. So, you might not get to the hardest exercise, that's fine. You just basically go to the one that you feel the most competent doing. They shouldn't feel easy, but you should feel you can do it properly. So the first one, there are 4 progressions. So we're starting with a simple step back, and that's alternate legs. So that's just doing a step back like that. And you can hold a weight for this one if you want to. So if you want to hold a weight for this first exercise, that's okay, but you don't need it. So the 4 exercises are step back, then you're going to progress to a step back with a high knee. That's going to be single-sided. Then progressing from there to a step back with a jump. And then the last progression from there will be a reverse lunge and a jump. So if you are of the dodgy knee variety, which I am as well at the moment, you're probably going to want to stop at the high knee and not do any of the jumping, but just get to where you can. So the first one, we're doing 30 seconds of alternate leg step backs, holding a weight if you need it. Everyone ready? Good, off you go. So this will feel the easiest of the 4. Keep crouched over, light step back. After those donkey kicks, you should feel this in your bum quite quickly, hopefully. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Next one. Everyone should be able to do this one. So this is the step back with a high knee. Use a running arm movement. And if it helps to stay looking at the floor, keep looking at the floor. Off you go, doing 30 seconds on each side. Always takes me a few attempts to get the right arm and leg combination with this. So if this is hurting your knees, just go to the one that you can do. Whoops. It helps if you engage your core. 3, 2, 1, change sides. So reset, engage your core, off you go. These are hard today. I haven't even told you to take trainers off. If you are in bare feet or socks, this will be a lot harder as well, actually. Keep going. Good. 2, 1, and then done. Right, the next one I'll just show you again. That's a step back, and then you do a little hop as you bring your knee up. Try it. If it's too difficult, go back to the step back with a high knee. So if any of these are too challenging, you just regress to the exercise before. Off you go. If you started a bit early, just finish when I say 10 seconds to go. Ten seconds. Ooh. Change legs. Heart rate's coming up as well, lovely. Right, off you go. This is a really good running drill. 10 seconds. Good, and then rest. So the hardest one, let me show you again. If your knees are dodgy, I wouldn't even try this one. I'm not going to do any more than just demonstrate for this one because my left knee is a little bit hurty. So it's all the way down to the floor, knee to floor, and then you jump from there. That is by far the hardest one. Have a go. If you can't do it, go back to the step back with a high knee. Right, off you go. 30 seconds on each side. So I'm going to repeat that one. Well done. Good. I'm going to show you again. Three, two, one. Change sides. Off you go. These will make your bum ache tomorrow as well, I promise. Well done. 5 seconds. 2, 1, done. Lynn and Sophie, are your knees okay doing those? I can give you alternatives. You can do some of them. Fab. Right, next one. Plank. Can't read my own writing. So again, we've got 3 progressions. We're going to start off with a half plank. On your elbows. So a half plank on your knees. Hands in front of you. Don't clasp your hands together. Elbows into shoulders. Pull your tummy up. I'm going to hold that for 30 seconds. We're all going to do that one together. Then we're going to do a full plank. And then the last option is a plank with an arm tap, which is a lot more challenging. So that plank with an arm tap has resulted in some carpet burns in the past. So if you're on a carpet, just be careful that you don't scuff your elbows because I don't want to give you carpet burns basically. So everyone onto the floor, start off with half plank. Everyone's going to do that one, 30 seconds. So this should be manageable for everybody. So you're on your elbows and your knees, bum tucked under, core engaged, 30 seconds. Off you go. And then just make sure that your hands are apart and your elbows are underneath your shoulders. 10 seconds. I always forget how challenging this half plank actually is. Keep your tummy pulled up to your spine. 3, 2, 1, and then rest. So your next one is a full plank. Again, on your elbows, hands apart. You're going to go in 5 seconds. It's 20 seconds for this one, not 30. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Again, keep your bum tucked under, tummy pulled up to spine. 5 seconds. A good shake going on already. 3, 2, 1, and then rest. And then the hardest option is that hands tap. So start it. If you can't carry on, so what I mean by if it's too hard for you, you might feel it in your lower back, or if you're doing this and your bum's coming up in the air and you can't control it, then go back to a half plank or a normal plank. So only do this hand tap if you can control your lower back and keep your bum down. Right, get ready. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Be honest about what you can do. Only progress if you feel competent with the last stage. Well done. Sally, I'm impressed that you're outside. It's a beautiful day. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Next one. Press ups. First one I want you to do on an incline. So you need to find somewhere, a wall, a table, a work surface that you can do an incline press up. I'm actually going to do this. Use some of my woefully underused gym equipment. Easy for you to see up here. Same height. Lovely. Right. You can see me more easily. So incline press up. Hands at shoulder width apart. Make sure you're a straight line between your shoulders and your feet. And you're going to press. God, that's cold. It was very cold in here last night, clearly. So when you're pressing up, I want your elbows to come down to your sides, not out to the side like that. If you haven't started, off you go. So even if you're good at press up, start with this incline press up. It's more of an activation exercise. You can really think about engaging your core, getting your upper back working. "15 seconds. Good. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. That's really nice. Lovely straight bodies. I love it. Your body should feel like a plank of wood from shoulder to feet. So the next one, a half press up on the floor. If you are absolutely happy with press ups, you can skip this stage and go straight to full press ups if you want to. So again, hands at shoulder width apart, drop to your knees, feet long behind you, press down to the floor, chest to floor, push up. Think about bringing your chest up before your chin and push the ground away from you. Again, my elbows are coming slightly out to the side. Well done. So for a lot of you, this is going to be your hardest stage for these. Do one more. Good. And then rest. I'll give you 30 seconds rest. And then we're going to try a full press up. So if you're happy doing press ups, you can take a little bit less rest and start early. So full press up, I reckon I can do about 2 of these. Give it a go though. All right, get ready. So again, if you're doing a full press up, hands under shoulders before you do anything at all. Make sure your core's braced, chest down to floor, chest up before your chin. Off you go. If you literally get 2 of these done, drop to your knees and carry on. If you still find it too hard doing a half press up on your knees, you can go back to the incline again. They shouldn't be hurting your lower back. If you can feel it more in your lower back than your tummy, go to the incline. 3, 2, 1, and done. Well done. Right, the last one. So this is where I want you to have that band. If you saw my blue pizza video, I'm going to show you what you're going to do with this, and then if you need to disappear off camera, that's absolutely fine, because you've got options to count reps rather than me timing you. So the band should be anchored lower down as possible. First stage, quite easy, so not a huge amount of resistance. Tuck your bum under, chest up, and you're pulling up like that. So facing on Actually, I can twist that round a little bit and you can see me. My elbows are finishing just higher than my shoulders. The band's coming up to my chest, so it's just below my chin. If you haven't got a band, your option here is an upright row, or if you can't anchor it anywhere, do an upright row with a weight or with a band. So you can stand on the band or use a weight and do an upright row. Right, if you can start now, have a go. This is like an easy activation set, so this should be fairly easy. The idea of this is that you can feel it working your upper back. This is an upper back exercise. Really careful that your back's not arching, so you need to keep your bum tucked under, core engaged. You can even bend your knees ever so slightly and lean back if you want to. But really focus on your upper back working. Good. That looks nice, well done. All right, and then rest there. So the next stage, if you're using a band, is quite simply to step back a little bit and make it harder. Increase the resistance. So we're going to do this for a little bit shorter, 20 seconds for this one. Again, bum tucked under. If you've had to go off camera, just count 15 reps. So this should feel a bit more challenging. Off you go. Again, you can use weights and do an upright row. Good. Make sure that however you're doing it, you're not leaning forward. You need to be pulling back a little bit, bum under, core engaged. Good. And then rest. So while you're resting, just watch me. So the last progression of this, into a split stance. So you're going to get into a half lunge position like that and pull. That's going to make this a lot harder. You'll be wobbling around as you're doing it, so you need to try and keep your balance, keep your core braced. And if you're doing an upright row with a weight, you can just mimic the same thing by holding that split squat and doing an upright row with weights. Right, off you go. You should be now feeling that your upper back is starting to fatigue nicely, as are my quads. Core engaged, keep your bum squeezed too. And change legs. Good, well done. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Good. Right, little rest while I explain what we're doing now. So you might have guessed that we're going to use those exercises for the next workout, and I want you to choose the hardest progression that you could do competently. So I don't want you to challenge yourself in a way that's going to hurt yourself. You need to be able to do the exercise properly. So you've got the, first of all we're going to start again with the high row, and we're doing it with feet back together, but as hard as you can. So as far away from the band as you can, or with a heavier weight that you've got. So that's the first exercise. Then press ups. So again, choosing the option that's the most difficult for you. It can be incline, that's absolutely fine. Then you're going to go on to the either step back or the reverse lunge and hop, and then plank. 4 exercises, each for 30 seconds, twice through. No rest in between. So this should get your heart rate up a little bit as well. You don't have to remember, I'll remind you what you're doing as we go. So you're starting off with a high row or upright row, depending on what you're using. 30 seconds. We'll start in 5, 3, 2, 1, off you go. Be really careful to keep your bum under, core engaged. You shouldn't just feel this in your upper back, you should feel it in your tummy. I can feel it in my bum and my quads as well. 15 seconds. Is anyone off camera? If you're off camera, count to 20. Whoa. Getting a good burn there now. 3, 2, 1. Press ups. So I'm actually going to go straight for the incline press ups because I don't find these the most effective. Off you go. Press ups. So if you are pressing off the floor, make sure that you bring your chest up before your chin, push the floor away from you. After doing those upright rows, hopefully you should be feeling your upper back engaging as you push off the floor as well. 5 seconds. Is it good? 3, 2, 1. Up you get. So either step back and hop or reverse lunge and hop. 30 seconds on each leg. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So if you're doing the step back and hop, you'll be moving a bit more quickly. Hard. 5 seconds. Change legs. Go straight into the side. And concentrate so hard. I'm just going to watch you now. Keep going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and then plank. So either half if you need to do that, or full, or hand tap. Off you go. 30 seconds. Have the camera fab. Ten seconds. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Straight back to the high pull or upright row. Back onto your band. Hopefully you're puffing a bit now. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. If you can step back and make it harder, go for it. Well done. If you're using weights and the 30 seconds is too much, you can stop early. It's a lot of reps if you're using a weight. Well done, Claire. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Press ups. Off you go. So if you're doing this on the floor, chest all the way down to the floor, then engage your core and push up. Look at you. Looking good, well done. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Reverse lunge or step back and hop. Get ready. And go. So you might start to feel these now that they're getting harder because your legs are getting tired. So if you find you're wobbling, really work on keeping your core engaged. I'm just staring furiously at a spot on the floor in front of me. And change legs. Off you go. Look at you. Well done. You look great doing these. Well done. Keep going. Almost there. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Done. Into plank. So if you haven't managed to do the hand tap yet, have a go for this last set. Just watch your elbows. Off you go. Nice, well done. So if you start doing these hand taps and you think it gets too challenging, then just stop. Hold a normal plank. Bum tucked under. Well done. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Perfect. Right, we're done with those exercises now. You'll be very pleased to hear. Just going to have one last little workout to finish off with. So if you have a kettlebell, you have options here. So the first exercise is a squat press. We haven't done much squatting or any squatting practice today, so I don't want you to worry about getting too low into this squat. And if you can't squat, deadlift instead. So squat press, squat and press the weight above your head. Don't worry about how low, just make sure you've got your heels dug down, and as you stand up before you press, again, core braced. Then either kettlebell swings, or if you haven't got a kettlebell, you can get your band and do a deadlift with a high pull. Okay, so that's your option if you haven't got a kettlebell. Next one, plank jacks. So it's a straight arm plank, jumping in and out. We're going to do 20-second intervals. If you're going from a weight to a band, I'll give you a bit longer to get into position. Right, squat press, grab your weight. You can do it body weight if you want to, but use a weight if you have one. All right, 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Ignore the fact that I'm not lifting straight above my head, this is because of my ceiling. 10 seconds. I might have to stop so I can talk to you. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. So kettlebell swings or deadlift high pull. I'm going to demonstrate the deadlift high pull for this first one. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Good. Lovely, well done. 5 seconds. Swings look good. 3, 2, 1, plank jack. So into a straight arm plank, shoulders over your hands, jumping in and out. If you don't fancy that one, you can just do a step out to the side. Off you go. This last one will get your heart rate up quite significantly. Keep going. Well done. I've had to stop because I can't talk now. 2, 1, up you get. Squat press. We're doing 3 sets of this. Get ready. Grab your weight. 2, 1, go. Paul, it's great to see the marrows back. It's got a different colour. Is it ripe? It's ripening. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to demonstrate kettlebell swings this time. 2, 1, go. So kettlebell swing or high pull. Three, 2, 1. Onto the floor, plank jack. How's your heart rate? Yeah. Off you go. Three, 2, 1. Last set. Grab your weight. 2, 1, go. Squat press. Well done. Paul, when you eventually make soup out of your weight, can you please post a picture of it on the Facebook page? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Swings or deadlift high pull. 2, 1, go. I might have to stand still for a second. I can't talk to you anymore. 2, 1. Plank jacks, last one. We're done after this, I promise. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Last plank jack. Keep those feet moving quickly. Try and keep your shoulders over your hands. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done. Stay down, straight into child pose. So we'll give your backs a little bit of a stretch before we move on. Well done. So, stretch your arms forward. Just let your heart rate come down a bit. If your heart rate's struggling to come down when you're down in child pose, just kneel up for a sec. Well done. Alright, if you want to have your drinks next to you, go and grab them. I definitely do. Alright. So, I'm going back down into child pose again. This time, taking your arms over to one side. So you should hopefully feel a stretch going down the outside of your back. And then over to the other side. Good. And then put your hands underneath your shoulders. Push up into cat stretch. And then come up onto your knees. 1 foot forward. Tuck your bum under and push forward. And then I want you to put your hands behind your head and pull your shoulders apart. Show you from the front so you can see properly. That's it. So you should feel a bit of a sort of pinch between your shoulder blades, a bit of stretch in your armpits as well. And then release, change sides. Bum tucked under, push forward. So I don't know if you remember Hannah, who did some classes for us in May, June last year. She's doing clinical Pilates on a Monday evening. So if you feel like you need a bit of some deeper core work, I think I posted a picture of the link or her details on the page last week, but let me know if you want to know more. Good. Change sides again. Foot to the side, push forward. So you should get a bit of a bigger stretch in your hips, and then I want you to lean over. Well done. And then change sides, foot to the side, push forward, and then reach. So we're going to do a glute stretch after this, and you can choose whether you do it on your front or seated. Good, and then into glute stretch. Good. So if you are on your front doing it, you can get hold of your foot and just pull your leg up a little bit more to increase the stretch. Ouch! And then I just want you to take a deep breath in and then exhale and lower down. And if you're doing this stretch seated, you can twist around. And then come up, change sides. So leg underneath you. Pull your foot round to increase the stretch if you want to. Okay, that's the tighter side then. Breathe through it, breathe through it. Okay, take a deep breath in Exhale and lower down or twist round if you're seated. And then release. Come up onto your knees. So you can either do a kneeling or a standing quad stretch. If you're standing, be really careful about your lower back. Keep your bum tucked under. And then change sides. And release. Stand up if you're kneeling. Last one, I just want you to roll down, hang on to either side of just below your knees and pull in. And hopefully you feel a stretch across your upper back. And then swap your arms over, pull again. And then just let your arms drop, head drop down, and then slowly come up to stand. And you're done. Well done. Good work this morning.
Thanks, Catherine.
Well done.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a lovely day.
Bye.
Enjoy your weekends.
Thanks, Catherine.
See you later. Love to
Thanks
see you.
so much.
See you later.